Hey everybody, and welcome back to another weekend roundup. Today we're going to take a look at all the mods not part of the mod contest released during the week of July 9th through July 12th. And this was a busy week indeed because the mod contest mods dropped. A total of 61 mods are part of the mod contest this year, and oh my gosh, there are a ton of them. We had, I think, 16 maps submitted to the best map contest. There were 3 mods submitted to the Swiss Future Farm category, and then the rest of the mods were either part of the Young Timers category or the Best Public Vote category. We're going to be covering those in the channel probably on Sunday and into early next week. We're going to be wrapping up the last 4 mods in the Best Map category tonight. But today we're going to take a look at the 12 mods released in the Mod Hub that were not part of the mod contest this week. Kind of surprising that we had additional mods beyond those 61 drop. Let's go ahead and take a look at those here in the shop, or at least in the, I should say, the Mod Hub website. So, of course, down here we start with the mod contest. So on Monday, no, it wasn't Monday. On Tuesday, I believe it was, we actually had 4 mods get dropped into the Mod Hub. We had the Disc Harrow, Coupler Bale Fork, Olive Tree, and the Amazon UX 5200 pack get dropped. And then nothing else got dropped until Friday. And on Friday, we had the Diesel mod get updated, Wooden Support and Storage mod get updated, Williamina Forest got updated, the Contractor mod got updated, and then we had a few other mods. We had a Water Standpipe, the Water Trigger Decoration Pack. Kind of interesting because both of these pretty much do the same thing. They're placeable water triggers. We had the Amazon Fertilized Spreader. We had the Agrosim Cultiplow Field Creator mod. We had an Edge Field Roller, Russell Lod L95 Bucket, New Holland 1090 Tractor, and the Zunhammer Farmlandfix 15. Those were the mods that were released this week that were not part of the mod contest. Let's take a look here at the daily update thread. Basically, we can see that there were 98 mods pending testing as of the last update, and this was done Friday morning before the last set of mods were released. And you can see there are several mods here that were part of that last bit: the Contractor mod, the Field Creator mod, the Brussels Lod L95, Diesel mod, Field Roller, etc. And we have approximately 6 weekdays from when a mod is submitted now until it is sent into testing. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on in here and start taking a look at these mods. First up, we're going to take a look at the New Holland 11090. So we can find this mod in the small tractors section. Go ahead and pull that up. Here we are, the New Holland 110-90, $85,000 for 110 horsepower tractor. Here we go. We can see we can change the design color and the main color. Let's change the design color to New Holland Red. That is the cab. We're changing the color on there. Then the main color we can change to New Holland Red also, should we so wish. We also have a choice of the Fiat Agri. I guess that is a brown, Fiat Agri brown. Maybe it's a Fiat Agri Red. Not really sure. Kind of looks a little brown to me. Then we have, as far as configuration goes, we have standard, rear mud guards, fenders on the front, 500 kilogram weight on the front without fenders, rear mud guards and weight and fenders, and then back to standard. We have the design New Holland Tradition, New Holland Red, New Holland and Fiat Agri on it. Then we have Fiat Agri colors. And back to New Holland Tradition. Go to Fiat Agri. And then we have engine setup. 110.90, which is 110 horsepower. The 130.90, which is 130 horsepower. That is it. Now notice on the 130, we get a little taller air filter stack on there. And add a front loader attacher, yes or no. And then we can do wheel setup of standard, wide tires, rear twins, narrow tires, narrow twins, narrow profile tires, which are kind of regular tires, and then narrows as a twin. Then back to standard. Let's go ahead and get this with a front loader attacher, 130 horsepower engine, the Fiat Agri design, and then Fiat Agri colors. That configured is $98,150, $5,005 to lease, $981 per day, and $2,061 per operating hour. Go ahead and look at this thing. Got nice smooth animations on the gauges, steering wheel. Have like a little throttle pedal over there. Little brakes. Our shifter. Then we have a hand throttle. We have illuminated dash. Take a look at that. That's pretty cool. Here that we have any mouse controls or anything of that sort. Take a look at our lights. We have first stage lights, second stage lights, third stage lights in the rear. Four ways, left and right blinkers. We have ourselves a beacon. Right. Sounds pretty good. Geared shifting, 26 mile per hour top speed. Nice little tractor, I think. We're going to park that there because we're actually going to use that here in a little bit. This mod is available for all platforms and is by the mod offer FS19. Next up, we're going to take a look at the coupler Bale fork. So this mod can be found under Baling Technologies. Always throws me when attachments like this are under something other than like just under something like Baling Technology, I should say. So we have the Dusseldorf coupler Bale fork, $450 here. We do have a choice of colors. Red or green for the frame. Design color red, green for the spikes. We can go with black or scratched spikes. Get kind of a metallic color. Here if I can really see any scratches in there, but okay, we'll go with that. Then we have design 1. Design 2. Go with design 2. As configured, it's $470. $23 to lease, $4 per day, and $9 per operating hour. The way this works is it's going to connect to your 3-point hitch, either it be rear hitch or front hitch. Well, since this tractor doesn't have a front 3-point, let's use the rear 3-point. think I might be coming at it backwards. It's just turned around. There we go. Hit X to unfold the fork. You can lower it. And pretty much the way it works is we just would back up or push into a bale. Then we would hit V to raise the bale up. We can use our mouse controls. Possibly. Nope. Not on this one. Now we just move our bale around to where we want. To get it where we want, we just drop it down and then drive out from underneath the bale. Drop it down, pull forward. There we go. We can fold it up when we're done. Drop it down. It's nice and small and compact and cheap. This mod is available for all platforms and is by the mod author Fabian and Go-Go Bear. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Bresel Undelad L95. This is a front loader bucket available for all platforms and is by the mod author Grassland Mods. So that's kind of one of the reasons why we wanted to put a front loader attacher on that particular tractor. Let's go ahead and lease up some front loader arms and we'll find the Bresel Undelad L95 bucket with grab. You have a choice of colors. Hit jet black, onyx. Let's go with onyx to match our loader arms. And we can go hitch, front loader, telehandler. So even though it's in the front loader section, you basically get it for the telehandler. As configured, $2,480 to buy, $126 to lease, $24 a day, and $52 per operating hour. Now let's just see. Is it also over here? Nope, it is not also in the telehandler section. Go ahead and try this out. This particular bucket has a capacity of 1,830 liters. It rides on the front loader very well. Not seeing it lag or anything behind the movement of the front loader. Both in tip and tilt function and raise and lower. That is all with the left mouse button. With the right mouse button, if we go left and right, you can open and close the claw. Now while we do have a hose hookup modeled in, we don't see it actually being used. That may be because of the forks we have. Not really sure. Not the forks, but the arms. Let's see if we can grab a bale with this. Kind of. Kind of grab a bale with it. Let's drop that down there. Now we are now it's kind of stuck. Okay, well, I guess don't do that because now it's stuck. So we'll just leave that there. There you go, guys. We have the Bressel Undelad L95 front loader bucket with grabber. And it is available for all platforms. Next up, we're going to go with the B402 Disc Harrow by AAA Modding, and is also available for all platforms. We're going to be able to find this mod under Disc Harrows. Going over here, we have the B402, just $13,000, 3 meters, 10 mile per hour working speed, and a mere 80 horsepower on this particular implement. Look at those front weight stacks. This thing is definitely going to have the weight. Get it in a little bit of options. We have rim color. Pick bench rim color if we want. Let's go back up here to light green. And then we have design standard. Go with brown, green, or the blue color. Let's go with brown. $13,300 as configured, $678 to lease, $133 per day, and $279 per operating hour. Go ahead and use our Fiat 130-90. Up to this thing, you have hose attachments. Oh, it's a bit longer than I was thinking it would be. So let's head on down to our poplar field. See about cultivating in some more poplar. If I haven't mentioned it, this mod is available for all platforms. Lower it down. This would be a very, very good starting cultivator indeed. Given the fact that it requires only 80 horsepower, it's going to work with just about any tractor you're going to put on it here. Be wonderful for a small farm, or someone just starting out and wanting to save some cash. Well, works pretty darn good. Got decent animation spinning on the discs. Weight on the front, definitely making sure that the discs bite in and turn that soil up. Raise it up, and there we go. Just drop that off there, and we'll come back up here to the store. Where we're going to take a look at the next mod. This tractor is awful loud. Wow. I like it. I like loud tractors. Little quiet ones that just hum about, putter about. They're not near as fun as this loud thing. The next mod we're going to take a look at is the Edge Field Roller. This mod is by Edge Gaming and Castiga. This mod is available for all platforms, and we're going to find it here under miscellaneous, I think. Here we go. The Edge Field Roller. $4,900 is the base price. We have a choice of main color, which is the frame. And oh my gosh, what did I pick? Picked something. I picked dark blue chrome. Let's go with Stara. Design color, let's go with jet black, red roller. We can have the light or the pro model. Pro model. is, well, it just looks a little bit narrower and maybe a rounder edge. Okay, we go with 3-meter width, 4-meter width, 6-meter width. Oh my gosh, imagine trying to drive that down through the road. Let's just go with a 4-meter width, just kind of a happy medium. $7,200 as configured with 4-meter working width, Pro, and the color changes $367 to lease, $72 per day, and $151 per operating hour. So what this is, well, it is basically it's a field deletion roller or a grass shrub remover, I believe. Basically, it sets the ground back to a default state. Let's head up here to our test field up on the hill. So let's try it down here. We have some painted ground. Lower it down. We're deleting out our grass, but we're not changing painted textures. Yeah, imagine a 6-meter version. I gotta wonder what is the use case of this now that we have the ability to paint our own textures down. We can just delete our own field just by painting over it. Lower that down. See, we are just basically deleting out the field ground there, and instead we're just getting the default grass state, ground state. No longer a field. I do have to wonder what is the legitimate use case for this now. There was another roller that was released last week, or a couple rollers that were released rather recently. Again, I gotta wonder what might be the use case now, since we can just go in the terrain editing tool, the landscaping tool, and paint our own grass textures, or paint our own textures down. So if we didn't want it to be a field, we could just put down dirt, and it would basically remove the field out and just have a dirt layer. Alright, next up we're going to take a look at the Zunhammer Farmlandfix 15. This mod is available for all platforms and is by Vertex Design and features Desperado 93. Let's take a look here. We can find this under slurry tanks. We have slurry tanks here. We'll scroll on over and we'll find we have the Farmlandfix 15, the Glide Fix 15, the Vibro Gruber, and the Slurry Tank TV585. Really, where did we get these from? All right, hold on, guys. I'm going to be right back with you. All right, guys. So I figured it out. I had activated the Homer DLC, the Homer pack, and that is basically where those other mods came from. So we have the Farmlandfix 15 meter basically slurry boom. Right here, there are no configuration options on this. $37,200 to buy, $1,897 to lease, $372 per day, and $787 per operating hour. Let's go ahead and get this, and it says it goes with the SKE 18.5. So that is right here, the SKE 18.5. and it itself has a 14.8 meter working width, but it just sprays it out the back. So let's go ahead and just lease this up. See how these connect. So take a look at this. When we now let's get in. Let's start this up. When we start moving, we take our foot off the clutch, and when we stop moving, we put our foot on the clutch. Just notice this on this tractor. I don't know if other tractors do that. If I've completely missed that for the last 9 months now, or if that's just something that this one does. So we attach here to the Zunhammer. Hoses all hook up nicely. We've got a hose hooked up there. Connect to the applicator. Unfold it. Lower it down. Basically, we apply our slurry directly to the ground. Hold it back up. All the hydraulics have hoses, everything connected to it. Fold. Swings the arms in. And there you go, guys. That is the Zunhammer Farmlandfix by Vertex Design and Desperado 93. It is available for all platforms, if I had forgot to mention. Next up, we've got an interesting mod that at first I didn't really understand why it existed. But then when I read the description, I was like, oh, that makes total sense now. So we have the Cultiplow Platinum 8 meter. That is the default in-game attachment. $82,000, 8 meter working width, 420 horsepower is the operating requirement on this. And we have the Cultiplow Platinum 8 meter. You can see this one basically will give you the plow bonus, but it doesn't actually plow up new fields. This one, go back, this one actually has the capability of creating new fields. You can't use a helper to create a new field, but you can definitely use this to plow up a new field as opposed to the Cultiplow. So when I first saw that, I'm like, yeah, but there's a script that basically adds that capability to all cultivators. Then as the mod author, Holger Singstock, points out, this mod is really intended for console players that wouldn't have access to that global script. So all this does is it basically adds the plow function to the mod, which would allow it to create fields. It costs the same amount per day, has the same horsepower requirement as the in-game version. What that means is we're going to have to get a big tractor to try this thing out. How about we go with the Fent 1000? That should do it, right? Go ahead and lease this up. Walk up to it, and conveniently we've got some ground up at the test field that we need to convert back to field where we used the roller. Let's go ahead and come on up here, unfold it, see, basically we now have the allow create fields option in the menu. We hit Y to allow create fields, drop it down, and drag it across. And while we are getting the cultivation texture, we are definitely creating a new field where we previously did not have a field. And we raise it up, and we say limit to fields, drop it back down. Now are safe for not actually scratching in a new field. So I thought that was a pretty good idea, given the fact that that console folks would not be able to take advantage of that global script that allows all cultivators to create fields. Pretty much console folks are limited to plows only for the create fields concept. Now with this mod, they can also have the availability of using this particular implement to create fields. Since it is pull behind and it is a squared off implement, then it's often easier to kind of draw out and carve up the earth in a position that you prefer over one of those angled old board style plows. So there you go, guys. It's the Agrisim Culti Plow Field Creator mod by Holger Singstock. It is available for all platforms. Just going to drop this off here. Head back over to the shop, where we're going to take a look at the Amazon ZAX 1402 Perfect. This is a 3-point hitch fertilizer spreader. Go ahead and check the tools, and then where is it? Fertilizer technology. The in-game Coon holds 3,200 liters and is $20,000. This one is 1,750 liters and is only $9,800. Very, very affordable. Take a look at this. You have one configuration option. Put a cover on it or no. So with a cover, it is $10,300, $525 to lease, $103 per day, and $216 per operating hour. Go ahead and get a big bag of fertilizer. Let's just check. Does this thing hold lime? It does indeed. This also holds lime, whereas in-game, the smallest one that does lime is the Bredal K105. But of course, at the use rate that lime is, you'd be filling that thing up like every 10 seconds. Take the weight. Looks a little big for this particular size tractor. I'm going to go up here and turn it on. Really not going to see it take fertilizer too much because all the fields on this map are already fertilized to their max. But we can at least see it work. This mod is by Mlotty98, and like I said, is available for all platforms. Go, turn it on. 12 mile per hour working speed. You have hose hookups, PTO hookup. So the hose hookup is power. It does have lights on the back. There you go. back to the shop one more time because we have one more implement mod to take a look at. We're going to take a look at the Amazon UX 5200 pack. This mod is also by MLottie98 and is also available for all platforms. So this Amazon can be found under crop protection, and this mod is pretty cool because it's 4 different size, 4 different types of pull behind fertilized sprayer. The only difference really is the boom width, 24 meters up to 40 meters, $75,000 up to $120,000. Each of these has a capacity of 5,600 liters and can do liquid fertilizer or herbicide. Let's take a look and look at the smallest one and the largest one. This one is 24 meter working width, with standard tires or narrow. So we get these in standard, $3,825 to lease, $750 per day, and $1,575 per operating hour. Now this one with the 40 meter boom, let's get with narrow tires. It is $120,500 to buy with the narrow tires, $6,145 to lease, $1,205 per day, and $2,530 per operating hour. Let's get a pallet of liquid fertilizer. PTO hookups and hose hookups, and we've got a cool little animation there. Let's disconnect. Let's connect to it and see what it does. Oh, the animation was because we were by the pallet. So let's back up to that pallet. The ladder drops down, the lid opens up, and this little bin opens up down here, I guess, for you to pour it in. I don't know what that does. At any rate, let's go ahead and fill this up. So the rear wheels on this do steer. Let's take a look and see how this unfolds. This is the bigger one. This is the 40 meter variant. Wow, that is a serious sprayer. You have the ability with the mouse to raise and lower the boom. Do not have, we have a little light on either side of the main mast there, cast light across the boom. Really don't have any extra lights on the boom itself. Fold this up and then we'll take a look at the smaller 24 meter variant. .4-meter variant obviously is significantly smaller working with. Let's just take this up to the field and turn on the sprayer, see what it looks like. And then while we're up there, we'll be able to go ahead and take a look at the 3 placeable mods that we have released this week. And then that's going to do us for this weekend's Weekend Roundup. Just 12 mods that were newly released this week that were not a part of the mod contest. Hold this thing out. Turn it on. Off we go. Now, of course, this doesn't need fertilizer, so that's why the textures aren't going anywhere. I just wanted to see what the spray looked like. Mouse, we can raise and lower the boom, but those are the only options we've got. Right, so there you go. That is the Amazon UX 5200 pack by MLottie98. And again, it is available for all platforms. All right. First up in our placeable mod, we're going to take a look at an olive tree. Go to placeables. And then miscellaneous. We have an olive tree for $1,000. What this does is it costs us $5 a day. And depending on our difficulty level, it can earn us additional money. On easy, $120 per hour. On normal, $90 per hour. And on hard, it will earn us $60 per hour. Walk up here to it. See, it requires water or manure to start earning us money. Let's go ahead and get the water tank. Under animals. And if we put both water and manure on here, we will basically get double the monetary output. So we'll get $240, $180, or $120 per hour. So I'll be right back with you once I have a water tank. All right, guys, so we've got our water tank now. And before we go and kind of put water on this olive tree by Robbie Mel 81 modding, we're going to take a look at the other two placeable mods we have. We have the Water Trigger Decoration Pack by Tom. This mod can be found here under Decorations. We have a well with trigger, $1,340. Put that down. We have a water container with trigger, $420. Put that one down. Then we have a cistern for $2,048. That one down. So, basically these are all just placeable water triggers. Cistern. It's our water tank with trigger. And then we have our well with trigger. So if we pull up here, see if we can hit R to start filling from that water trigger. We can hit R, start filling from that trigger. And R to fill from this one. And it's not costing us any money. Go ahead and pull up here to this. Hit L. We instantly get our olive leaves. Olives on there. It only takes 100 liters of water. L. There you go. Let's fast forward time a little bit. See this water work off. $3% per hour, it looks like. let that go until it's 4 o'clock, just to see if it does indeed just drop 3% per hour. Basically, it's 3 liters per hour. Another hour went by, now it's down to 94. So it is indeed 3 liters per hour that the trees use up. And the water decoration pack, again, is by Tom and is available for all platforms. And the last mod that we're going to take a look at today in this week's Weekend Roundup is, it's up here under miscellaneous, is the water standpipe. This is $1,500, and it is also a water trigger. What it's designed for is basically designed to be a faster water delivery method. The pipe is bigger, so therefore it should be able to process more water through it. It is available. It is by C&S Modding, and Anne Marie are the mod authors listed. Pull up to this, and we can hit R to start filling, and we can see it fills much, much faster than these other ones do. See how slow that one fills? 5,000, 5,500, 6,000 liters basically there. Back up to this one. And we are at 6,000, 7,000, and we're done. So you can see this one fills up much, much faster. Guys, there you go. That is it. That is all the mods newly released in the Giants Mod Hub for the week of July 9th through July 12th that were not a part of the mod contest. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of any of these mods? And until next time, happy farming.